If you've ever wanted to own a piece of history, this might be your chance. Corpus Christi recently extended an application deadline for anyone who's interested in preserving the La Nina replica. The Columbus Sailing Association manages the ships right now, but they only have 3 members left.
So by extending the deadline, the city hopes to establish a new owner and group of people who can preserve its history. You now have until February 22nd to submit a request.
Somebody that will take care of her and cherish her and respect her and use her for educational purposes.
And again, that deadline is February 22nd. You can find information on how to submit an application on our website, KIIITV.com.